Some people walk into a room and something about them is just different. They don't over-explain. They don't justify. They don't chase approval. And somehow, that quiet confidence makes them the most powerful person in the space. What do they know that most people don't? Here's the truth. Emotional strength isn't about being loud or aggressive. It's about knowing exactly what deserves your energy and what doesn't. And one of the clearest signs of a truly emotionally strong person is what they choose not to explain. Not because they're arrogant. Because they've learned something most people haven't figured out yet. The first thing they never explain is their decision to walk away. Whether it's a relationship, a friendship, or a job, emotionally strong people leave when they need to leave. They don't hold a press conference about it. They don't write a long message explaining every reason. They simply go. Because they know that anyone who truly understands them doesn't need an explanation, and anyone who doesn't understand them won't accept one anyway. The second thing is their need for alone time. Strong people recharge in silence. They cancel plans. They disappear for a while. And they never apologize for it. Because they know that showing up empty just to avoid disappointing someone is worse than taking the time they need to come back whole. Third, they never explain their gut feelings. When something feels wrong, they trust it. They don't wait for a logical reason. They don't need to convince others. They've learned the hard way that every time they ignored that inner signal, they regretted it. So now, they just listen to it, quietly, without requiring anyone else's approval. Fourth, they never explain their boundaries. Most people announce their limits and then immediately justify them, as if they need permission to have them. Emotionally strong people just hold them, calmly, consistently, without turning it into a debate. Because a boundary explained too many times stops being a boundary and starts being a negotiation. Fifth, they never explain why they don't engage with drama. If there's gossip, conflict, or chaos that doesn't involve them, they simply don't step into it. No big announcement. No, I'm staying out of this. They just stay out of it. Because they've learned that explaining why you're not engaging is still engaging. Sixth, they never explain their ambitions to people who don't support them. This one is quiet but powerful. Strong people stop sharing their goals with people who minimize them. Not out of secrecy, out of protection. They've realized that some dreams are too important to expose to doubt before they're strong enough to survive it. And seventh, they never explain their peace. If they left a conversation, cut contact with someone, or changed their entire life to feel better, they don't owe anyone a breakdown of that decision. Their peace is not up for debate. It's not a topic that needs defending. It simply is. Here's what connects all 7 of these things. Emotionally strong people have stopped seeking validation for the choices that protect their mental and emotional health. They've learned that the right people in their life don't need them to explain themselves, and the wrong people wouldn't understand no matter how much they tried. Here's something worth sitting with. Most people spend enormous amounts of energy defending choices that were already right, explaining decisions that didn't need explaining, seeking approval from people who were never going to give it. And all of that energy, every explanation that was never actually needed, could have been spent building something, healing something, or simply living. So here's the question that matters. Which of these 7 things have you been over-explaining your whole life, and what would actually change if you just stopped?